Okay, so resonance. Okay, so resonance பத்தி நீங்க ஆல்ரெடி கேள்விப்பட்டிருப்பீங்க. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் ரெசனன்ஸ் அப்படின்னா தமிழ்ல வந்து ஒத்ததிர்வு அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் உங்களுக்கு சம் எக்ஸாம்பிள்ஸ்ல கூட ஆல்ரெடி இருந்திருக்கும் சின்ன கிளாஸ் லெவல்ல. சப்போஸ் சம் பிரிட்ஜ் இஸ் தேர். ஓகே, பிரிட்ஜில் இருக்கும்போது சப்போஸ் நீங்கள் இதில் ஓடுறீங்க. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் இப்போ ஆர்மி பீப்புள்வங்களாம் இருக்காங்களா, சப்போஸ் அவங்களாம் மார்ச் பாஸ் இதெல்லாம் பண்ணோம்னா there is a chance that இந்த பிரிட்ஜை வந்து கொலாப்ஸ் ஆகலாம். ஓகே, கொலாப்ஸ் ஆகிறதுக்கு சான்ஸ் இருக்கு. கேள்விப்பட்டிருப்பீங்க இது போல இதெல்லாம் இன்சிடென்ட்லாம். அந்த பிரிட்ஜில் போகும்பொழுது சப்போஸ் ஜஸ்ட் நம்ம நடந்து தான் போகிறோம், அந்த மார்ச் பாஸ் அது போல் பண்ணும்பொழுது எல்லாருமே அட் எ டைம் பண்ணும்பொழுது தென் எல்லாமே ஒன்றா சேருது, எல்லாருடைய வைப்ரேஷனும் ஒன்றா சேரும்பொழுது தென் சம் அல்டிமேட் வைப்ரேஷன் வந்து வருது. அதனால அந்த பிரிட்ஜை கூட என்ன ஆகலாம், கொலாப்ஸ் ஆகலாம். ஸோ அப்போ என்ன மீனிங், ஸோ நம்ம ஒரு சம் எஃபெக்டை கிரியேட் பண்ணுறோம் கம்பைனாக. ஆல்ரெடி பிரிட்ஜுக்கு ஒரு ஃப்ரீக்வன்சி இருக்குது. ஸோ இப்போ இது ரெண்டும் மேட்ச் ஆகும்பொழுது தென் அந்த பிரிட்ஜை வந்து கொலாப்ஸ் ஆகிறதுக்கான சான்ஸ் இருக்குது. ஸோ இது போலலாம் வந்து ப்ராக்டிக்கலாக எக்ஸாம்பிள் சொல்லியிருப்பாங்க. ஸோ அதே போல தான் நம்ம சர்க்கியூட்லேயும் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா see some maximum effect we will get. Okay, so ultimately when we use the resonant circuit, okay, see what is our analysis. Generally our analysis is with respect to voltage or current. Okay, with respect to voltage or current. So and again sometime we may get the maximum current, sometime we may get the minimum current. Okay, so at resonance, okay, ultimately we may get the maximum current or minimum current. Okay, that is the resonance concept. Okay, one by one we'll see. So what is the condition for resonance? Okay, what is the condition for resonance? Generally how will be the resonance circuit? Okay, so suppose some circuit is there, that circuit may consist of only L and C, or it may consist of R, L, C. Okay, so resonance circuit means it should consist of either L and C, both L and C, or RLC. Okay, so with this you can make the resonance circuit. Then the source frequency is in your hand. Okay, so this is the source, and again the frequency of the source is omega. A frequency of the source is omega. So once if you concentrate on the network, okay, so the network will have some resonance frequency that is called as omega naught. Okay, that will be decided by the value of this element L and C. Okay, similarly here also your resonant frequency will depends on either RLC or sometime LC also. Okay, depends on how the connection is. Okay, sometime it depends on R, L as well as C, sometime it depends on only L and C here also. Okay, so ultimately the resonant frequency depends on the circuit elements. Okay, so this is like a network, and then this frequency is in your hand. Okay, this frequency you can vary. Okay, because this frequency is in your hand. So at exactly when omega is equal to when you vary omega, that is equal to omega naught, that condition we are calling it as a resonance condition. Resonant condition, resonance condition. Okay, similarly here also you know what is omega naught, you can vary your frequency. Okay, your frequency may be less than omega naught or it may be more than omega naught, but exactly once if you keep your frequency, source frequency, exactly that is equal to omega naught, that means that particular circuit is at a resonance condition. Okay, so this is called as resonance condition. Okay, so that means what, at resonance the network frequency and the source frequency has to match. Okay, this omega is called a source frequency, this omega naught is called network frequency. Both network frequency and the source frequency has to match. Okay, so at resonance, okay, what is the first condition whenever you have a resonance? At resonance the condition is signal frequency. Okay, signal frequency should be equal to network frequency. Okay, only under this condition you will get resonance. Okay, if you are not following this condition, then your circuit will not be at resonance. Okay, will not be at resonance. Okay, this is like a special condition. Okay, if you want to get the resonance condition, your signal frequency has to be equal to network frequency. Then once if you have this condition, what will happen, because you know one thing, when you know that Z of the, because see this RLC may be in series or it may be in parallel. Okay, so depending on that say your Z is a function of what, your Z is generally function of R comma L comma C. Okay, your Z is generally function of R comma L comma C. Now what will happen at resonance? Okay, so at resonance what will happen? The effect of L and C will cancel each other. Finally, at resonance, your impedance value is simply the resistance. Okay, it may be the resistance, or sometime it may be 1 by R, something like that, but only resistance nature. Here, no, there is no inductive nature. Okay, there is no inductive nature. And one more thing is here clear, because whenever, if it is of Z nature, okay, whenever R, L, and C is there, what will be the format? The format will be something like this. Okay, R plus Jx, some resistance and some reactance. But if you are at resonance condition, you will not have any reactance. The reactance value X is equal to 0. Okay, when you are at resonance Z is equal to R, that effective reactance, okay, this is effective reactance, the reactance given by the inductor and the reactance given by the capacitor, both, okay, both added together is 0. Okay, so the effective reactance is 0, or otherwise the same thing you can tell as the J term is equal to 0. Okay, the J term is equal to 0. And one more thing you have to understand here, when Z is equal to R plus Jx, I can also write this. Okay, say for example, if Z is equal to R plus Jx effective, okay, I know at resonance Z is equal to R, I can say, or otherwise Z effective is equal to 0, or J term is equal to 0. But in general, if you are having Z, sometimes you can also write in terms of Y, because Y is equal to 1 by Z. Okay, so, and again you may write like this, R plus Jx effective, then again you may write finally R minus Jx effective divided by R square plus X effective square square root. Again finally what I say for example, this is some new number, real number, this is some new imaginary number, okay, new number. So I can put some new notation, or otherwise if it is in Y, I can put some new number. Okay, so because if you are writing in admittance, okay, so I can say this is something like G dash, okay, and minus J B dash, because I am not simply writing G, because you may think G means 1 by R.
Sir?
Yes, sir.
Square root வருமா சார் கீழே?
Yes, வரும் சார், வரும் a plus b into a minus b, மேல ஒரு டேர்ம் போட்டுருக்கேன்ல,
ஸ்கொயர் மட்டும் தான் சார் ஆகும்.
ஸ்கொயர் எஸ் ஸ்கொயர் ரூட் வராது, ஸ்கொயர் ரூட் வராது. Okay, so square root வராது. Okay, then okay, so I am not simply putting G, because G is equal to simply, you may think like 1 by R, but this is not simple 1 by R, it is having some relationship, that's why I am putting G dash, this is like B dash. But from this also one thing is clear, okay, even if you write your impedance in terms of admittance, okay, so from this at resonance you can write at resonance again, at resonance the Y is equal to only that real value. What is that real value? G dash. Okay, real value is G dash. Then what is the value of this one? That B dash is 0. Okay, so so B dash is equal to 0, that means again J term is equal to 0. So from this one thing is very clear, at resonance, this is very important condition. At resonance, okay, you write either impedance of the network or admittance of the network. Okay, the J term will be 0. Okay, you may write impedance nature or you may write admittance nature. So at resonance, irrespective of anything, whether you may take impedance nature or admittance nature, because already there is a relationship between the impedance and admittance, there is no problem. But at resonance, the J term is always 0. Okay, this is very important condition. Okay, so whenever you are at resonance condition, your aim is that the J term will come, that you have to make it equal to 0. Okay, at resonance the J term is always 0. And one more thing here very clear, once if it is in 0 at resonance, okay, the J term is 0, then you will have only resistive nature. Okay, the circuit will behave like a resistive circuit. Okay, so at resonance, okay, so because of this at resonance circuit behaves like a because there is no J term, then only resistance is there. Okay, circuit behaves like a resistive circuit, okay, circuit behaves like a resistive circuit. And you know one thing, whenever you have a resistive circuit, what is the power factor? The power factor is 1. And one more thing, you know, when you have a resistive circuit, when in AC signal, okay, the voltage and the current will be in phase. Okay, the at resonance, again at resonance, the voltage and the current will be in phase. Voltage and current will be in phase. Okay, voltage and current will be in phase. Okay, before entering into the subject, I will give you some ideas. Okay, some trick. Okay, just try to know this. Okay, say for example, you know what is tau? Okay, tau, you know, so tau means what, sir? Generally that is like a time constant. Okay, tau is equal to L by R. Okay, or tau is equal to RC. You know this. Okay, so from this tau is equal to tau, you can write, because as per unit concept I'm writing, because tau means seconds, again tau means seconds. Okay, so tau is equal to L by R. Okay, and this is RC. Okay, from this what I can do, sir, R square is equal to L by C. Okay, so that means R is equal to L by C root. Okay, so this is like a ohm. Okay, this is like ohm, this is like ohm square. Okay, so I can modify this in any way I want. Okay, so that means whenever R is there, then instead of that I can also have square root of L by C. That means unit wise I'm telling. Okay, unit wise both are same. Okay, R means ohm, square root of L by C also ohm. Okay, it's like that I'm telling. And one more thing you should remember. Okay, you know one thing from your basics, F is equal to 1 by 2 pi tau. Okay, 1 by 2 pi tau. Generally we will use this formula for bandwidth. Okay, that is like a higher cutoff frequency, so the bandwidth is equal to 1 by 2 pi tau. Okay, the tau means seconds. Okay, the unit of tau is like a seconds. Okay, then what should be this bandwidth? Because this bandwidth is like a frequency, but you are adding the 2 pi here, because say if it is f, okay, if it is simply f, okay, f, then 2 pi I'm taking, then what is 2 pi? 2 pi f. Okay, 2 pi f means 1 by tau. Okay, so 1 by tau means 2 pi f means what? Omega. Omega is equal to 1 by tau. Okay, so you have to understand this first. So whenever you take 1 by tau, 1 by seconds, okay, 1 by seconds, then you are writing in terms of what? Omega. Then what is the unit of omega? Okay, you have to understand that properly. Okay, so whenever, because you know omega is equal to what? Omega is equal to radian per second. Okay, it's like a frequency in radian. Okay, so you should understand this relationship properly. Okay, just like that you cannot return, because this 2 pi is there, then that will create some confusion in this future. Okay, because you may think 1 by second is hertz, but that is not true, because along with 1 by second you are taking 2 pi, so you have to be a little bit careful there. Okay, this will confuse us in future. Okay, இது புரியுதா சார்? இங்க என்ன சொல்றேன்னு anybody? Hello,
The unit match ஆகல சார்.
என்ன யூனிட் மேட்ச் ஆகல?
Omega equal to 1 by second.
என்ன வரணும் உங்களுக்கு? ஹெட்ஸ் வரணும்.
Radian per second தானே சார்?
ஓகே, டைமுக்கு ஆப்போசிட் frequency, but that frequency is in radian, அவ்வளவுதான். பட் நம்ம ஹெட்ஸ்க்கு எதிர்பார்ப்போம்.
அதான் சார்.
ஓகே, பாப்போம், இந்த ரிலேஷனோட இருக்கட்டும், நம்ம என்ன அடுத்தடுத்து போகும்போது தெரியும் சார். ஓகே, வேர் இஸ் த ப்ராப்ளம்? ஓகே, so okay, next director will go into the subject, go into our topic, series resonance. Okay, series resonance RLC circuit. Okay, already you know the nature of the RLC circuit, but under the condition of resonance we are going to discuss. Okay, this is the circuit. The voltage with a 0 degree phase angle, and this is R, L and C. Finally, this is VR, VL, VC. Okay, anyway, the current going here is I. Okay, current going here is I. First, first we have to find out the resonant condition. Okay, what is the resonant condition? Okay, to find out the resonance condition, you should know the impedance of the network, because first you have to find out the impedance. then later you have to make the j term as equal to 0. Okay, j term is equal to 0. So what is the impedance of this network? Okay, because RLC all are in series. Okay, this is R plus, okay, and then impedance offered by L, that is j omega L, impedance offered by C, that is 1 divided by j omega C. Okay, and again R plus j omega L minus j divided by omega C. So R plus j you can take common, and then omega L minus omega C is the impedance. Okay, now this is the impedance, actual impedance. But under resonant condition, you know that the j term has to be 0. Okay, the j term, that means this term has to be 0. Okay, so under resonance j term equal to 0. So what is the j term? Omega L minus 1 by omega C. Okay, so omega L minus 1 by omega C is equal to 0. That means omega L is equal to 1 by omega C. So omega square is equal to LC. Omega square is equal to 1 by square root of LC. Because we are operating at a resonance condition. Okay, so under resonant, because it will not happen at all frequencies. Okay, see, this term will not go to 0 at all frequency. At some frequency this term will go to 0. That frequency is called as a resonant frequency. That I will denote like this, omega naught. Okay, because omega means omega could be anything, but this is omega naught, but exactly at the resonant frequency. Okay, a resonant frequency means omega naught. So what is the omega naught here? Omega naught is the resonant frequency, resonance frequency. Okay, so I can, what I can do, see, if I am having this circuit, I know what is the value of L and C. Okay, because the formula consists of L and C, then I can calculate what is omega naught. Okay, what is omega naught? Then I can vary this source frequency, because I can vary such a way the frequency of this source is equal to omega naught. In that condition only the circuit will be at a resonance. Okay, so circuit will be at a resonance. Okay, so that frequency omega naught is called as a resonant frequency. Okay, so once if you proceed further, the omega naught can also be written as F naught. F naught is equal to 1 by 2 pi LC. Okay, so ultimately the resonant frequency depends on only L and C. Even though R is there, but it is independent of R, but finally depends on L and C. But in some circuit it depends on both R also. It depends on how the connections between the RLCs. Okay, but at this circuit, at series circuit, okay, the resonant frequency is independent of R, but it depends on only L and C. So okay, so resonant frequency F naught is equal to 1 by 2 pi root LC. Okay, now see your frequency. See, if you see here omega naught is somewhere in the middle. See, you can choose a frequency that is less than omega naught, or you can choose the frequency that is equal to omega naught, or you can choose the frequency that is greater than omega naught. Okay, now what will happen? At some frequency, at omega is equal to omega naught, your circuit is at resonance. But how your circuit is behaving when the omega is less than resonant frequency, or when the frequency is greater than the resonant frequency? Okay, because you can vary your frequency. You can vary your frequency in any way you want. You know where is the resonant frequency. Then what is the nature of this circuit? If the frequency is less than resonant frequency, what is the nature of this circuit if the frequency is greater than the resonant frequency? Okay, that we have to analyze. Okay, first, before going to that, we will draw the nature of this omega L and omega C separately, because once, see, you can see here, I will repeat this in the next page. Okay, Z. Okay, next we will try to draw the nature of Z. Okay, nature of Z. Z is equal to R plus, okay, j omega L divided by 1 by omega C. Okay, so now see, this R is constant, it is independent of frequency, but this omega L depend on the frequency. Okay, so I will draw the nature of omega L and also the nature of 1 by omega C. Then finally we will draw the nature of this one, because anyway this is constant. Okay, so I will draw the nature of this j term. Okay, this nature of this one I will draw. Okay, so if you take like this. Okay, so this axis is omega axis. This is like a impedance. Okay, Z. Okay, this is like a positive j direction. This is like a negative j direction. Anyway, I am not going to take R only. I am going to plot the nature of this one, omega L and 1 by omega C. see, if you concentrate on omega L, what is the nature of omega L? This is simply 1 by omega L. If you concentrate on the nature of omega C, this is ZC is equal to simply 1 divided by omega C. But ZL is in positive J direction, okay, but ZC in the negative J direction. So when I draw the ZL, I will be in a positive, okay, positive J direction. What is happening when omega is 0, the impedance is 0. When omega increases, because anyway L is constant circuit parameter, when I increase omega, the impedance offered by the inductor also increases. Okay, so this is the nature of the impedance offered by the inductor. Okay, then what happens to the capacitance? When my frequency is 0, the impedance is infinite, but that is like a negative infinite, that too in a minus J direction. Okay, minus J direction, because here minus is there. Okay, so that is in the minus J direction. So when impedance is 0, this is like infinite. Okay, now it comes like this. Then when impedance further increases, say if the frequency is high, very high, then the impedance of the capacitance is low. So and again it goes and it will reach like this. Now this is the impedance of omega L, this is the impedance of omega C. Then what will happen once if you combine these two? Okay, here if you see, this is 0, this is more negative. Okay, and at some point, okay, see some point like this, here the value of this one and this one is exactly same, but they are in opposite way. Okay, that time what will happen? The effectiveness of both will cancel, because one is positive, one is negative. If you try to add these two waveform, okay, this is like here positive, this is like here negative. If the values are exactly same, then what will happen? If these values are exactly same, then there is no J term. Okay, so you will be here, because when you are on the real axis, you will not have any J term. Okay, you are really on the real axis. Okay, so this is like when you are here, if your point is here, then that is under resonant condition. So at what point it will happen? When omega is equal to omega naught, this will happen. Okay, when your frequency is equal to omega naught, okay, at the time that omega L and omega C will be exactly equal, then they will cancel each other. Then what will happen when the frequency is very less? Okay, the capacitance will dominate. Okay, the capacitance will dominate. Okay, so that comes like this. But once if you reach this, okay, after certain frequency, when you increase the value, this term will dominate, the omega L will dominate. That's why after this one, then this goes like this. This means what? Okay, this is simply indicating the value of omega L minus omega C. Okay, so under resonance, when your frequency is exactly omega naught, you will not have any J term. Okay, so that means there is no value on the y-axis. You are having only real value. Okay, real value. Okay, so there is no reactance value. A reactance value is 0. So, but what is happening when, and again this area is omega less than omega naught. This area is omega greater than omega naught. Okay, from this itself it's very clear. If you are operating omega less than omega naught, what is the nature of the circuit? Because here the impedance is negative. Which one will have negative impedance? Capacitor. Okay, which one will have negative impedance? Capacitor will have the negative impedance. That is something, it is similar to RC circuit. Okay, it is similar to RC circuit. So okay, so effectively if your impedance is positive, that is like a RL circuit. That is like a RL circuit, series. Okay, because you are in a series combination, so here also you can put series. Okay, RC series circuit, this is RL circuit series. Okay, but exactly at this point, only resistance value is there. The effect of L and C will cancel each other. Okay, now what is this mod Z value? See, simply if we need only the impedance values alone, magnitude alone, then this is like this: omega L divided by omega C whole square overall square root. Okay, overall square. Okay, now from this function we'll proceed. Okay, so I'll take this function. Next we'll draw the nature of this one. Okay, in the next page, because we have not included the nature of R here, and also we have not taken the magnitude, because here only values we have taken, but here magnitude alone we are taking. So once if you take the magnitude, only you will get the waveforms. Okay, diagrams only in the upper portion. Okay, so I'll take this function. Okay, next mod Z is equal to R square and then omega L minus omega C whole square overall square root. Okay, So now okay, so it is like this. Now this is mod z value, okay, magnitude of the impedance. This is omega. Now you know one thing, when exactly you are at omega is equal to omega naught, when your frequency is resonant frequency, then omega L is equal to 1 by omega c. So this term will cancel, because under when omega is equal to omega naught, what is the condition? When omega is equal to omega naught, omega L is equal to 1 by omega c. Okay, if that is the case, then this term will not be there, only R will be there. Okay, so I mark some point value, because this is mod z. Okay, so this is like R value. Okay, some R I am marking. Now what will happen? Now your frequency could be less than omega. Okay, see, your frequency could be less than omega naught, or it could be more than omega naught. Now what will happen in other frequencies? Okay, so under this frequency, this term is cancelling. If you increase the frequency, this term will dominate. Okay, if you decrease the frequency, this term will dominate. Anyway, this is going to increase. Okay, this is going to give you some value. Okay, so more the omega, more the z. Okay, or lesser the omega r, more the z. So what will happen once if you draw this nature? Okay, it comes something like this. Okay, it comes something like this. Okay, so if you don't believe that, you can put some realistic value and verify. Okay, so that is the way. Okay, so it goes like this. Now, so your impedance is somewhere here, your impedance is maximum, and then and again it decreases, then reaches the minimum, then it go again increases, it goes to some value. So this is the impedance curve, and again the impedance is minimum here. That is very important. Okay, the impedance is minimum here. So at resonance, the impedance offered by the circuit is very, very minimum. Okay, at resonance, the impedance offered by the circuit is very, very minimum. That too, that value is exactly R. That value is exactly R. Okay, so at resonance, okay, this is important conclusion. At resonance, impedance minimum, impedance is at resonance, impedance is minimum. That is Z is equal to R. Because why Z is equal to R? Because again the impedance offered by inductor and capacitor are cancelling each other. Okay, they are cancelling each other, because if it produce plus j, this produce minus j, both are equal, then this will cancel. Then that means finally you will get this only. But if it produces some value, some j, then your result will increase. But only what is the minimum value possible from this? Okay, see, this is the function of frequency. So under, okay, at any point of time you can cancel this somehow, but you will get only R. Okay, so the minimum resistance possible here is only R, because the impedance of these two will cancel each other. That means if it is plus j, this is minus j, then it is like a zero. Okay, the impedance at resonance, the impedance offered by LC is like a zero only. It's not open. Okay, if it is open, you cannot write Z is equal to R. Okay, if it is open here, you cannot write Z is equal to R. So please remember, at resonance, what is happening? At resonance, it is like a short circuit. At resonance, L and C is like a short circuit. Say for example, if it is plus 2j, this is like a minus 2j, then what will happen if you add both? It is like a zero. Okay, so it is like a short. So at resonance, both including both inductor and capacitor will act as a short. Okay, so effectively actually you have to put like this: inductor alone will not get shorted, capacitor alone will not get shorted, but including the inductor and the capacitor will get shorted. Okay, this is like the impedance of the inductor, this is like the impedance of the capacitor, but once if we add these two, then this is like a short circuit. Okay, so what is the nature of the inductor and capacitor under the resonance? That is like a short circuit. Short circuit means virtually we are not practically we are not doing any short circuit. Okay, virtually that is like a short circuit. Okay, short circuit in the sense, so if you try to measure the voltage between this terminal and this terminal, that will become zero. That's why we used to tell this is like a short. But here some voltage will be there, but the opposite voltage will be here. That's why both will cancel each other. Finally the voltage is zero. That's, we assume like it is a short circuit. Okay, so at resonance the impedance is minimum. So you know one thing, see, current at any point of time depends on what's applied voltage divided by Z. Okay, so if you want the magnitude of the current, you can put I is equal to V by Z. When Z is minimum, the current is maximum. So at resonance, impedance is minimum, current is maximum. Okay, impedance is minimum, current is maximum. Okay, so that's why as the current is maximum, that's why the circuit is called as a acceptor circuit. Okay, maximum current means acceptor circuit. Okay, another name for a series resonance circuit is called a acceptor circuit. Okay, now what is the maximum value of the resistance? What is the maximum value of the current? Okay, see, once again I'll write that this is R, L and C. Now this is your applied voltage. Okay, at resonance, what is happening? The effect of inductor and capacitor is cancelling. Okay, they become like a short. So what will happen? I is equal to V divided by, generally this is Z, mod Z, but at resonance, what is happening? V divided by, instead of mod Z, we put R, because at resonance you can replace mod Z with respect to R. Okay, this is like I. Okay, I max. Okay, this is the maximum current that you can get at the resonance circuit. Now what is happening when omega is less than omega naught? How the circuit is behaving? RLC circuit, okay, RLC circuit behaves as, because if omega is less than omega naught, once if you see the diagram, when omega is less than omega naught, the circuit is behaving like a RC circuit. Okay, RC circuit. Okay, so RLC circuit behaves as RC circuit. Okay, and again, once if omega is equal to omega naught, okay, RLC circuit behaves as a resistive circuit. Only resistor will be there. Okay, resistor circuit. Or once if omega is greater than omega naught, then RLC circuit behaves as a RL circuit. Okay, behaves as a RL circuit. Okay, now we'll proceed further. Okay, so Z is equal to R plus J omega L minus 1 by omega C. Then what is I? Okay, I am not at resonant condition. In ordinary condition, what is I? I is equal to V by Z. Okay, so V by R plus J omega L minus omega C. Okay, so but at resonance, okay, at resonance, you know, I can be written as V divided by simply R. This term will cancel, V by R. Okay, so and again, what is VC? Because you know I at any point of time, then what will be the voltage across the capacitor? You know, the voltage across the capacitor is current in the circuit and the multiplied by the impedance of the capacitor ZC. Okay, so that is V divided by R plus J omega L divided by omega C. Okay, and what is ZC value? That is simply 1 by J omega C. Okay, then and again from this you can write the magnitude VC magnitude. Okay, that is V divided by omega C R square omega L minus omega C whole square overall square root. Okay, overall square root. Again, if you have time, just try to differentiate this with respect to omega and equal to 0. This will become, this voltage across the capacitor will become maximum at some frequency. That frequency, what is that frequency, that you can find out. Okay, so the voltage across the capacitor will become maximum at some frequency, not necessarily to be at omega naught, at some other frequency. Okay, to try to find out that frequency. Okay, what is that frequency? Okay, anyway, it's not important. Okay, it's not necessary for competitive exam point of view, but if you have time, you can do that. Very rarely they can ask that also. Okay, then what is VL? The voltage across the inductor, I into ZL. Okay, I is equal to V divided by R plus J omega L minus 1 by omega C, and then ZL impedance offered by the inductor is J omega L. Okay, J omega L. Then once if we take the magnitude, and then V omega L R square omega L minus 1 by omega C whole square overall square root. Similarly, here also try to differentiate this with respect to omega and equal to 0, and again you will get frequency at some frequency, some other frequency, the voltage across the inductor will become maximum. Okay, you just try to find out. Okay, both. Oh, so next, again, last we have seen what is the nature of the impedance. Okay, the impedance was maximum, at resonance it was minimum. Okay, with respect to omega, this is like impedance nature. Okay, now you can tell, because you know I is equal to always V divided by mod Z. Anyway, V is constant source voltage, but mod Z is variable with respect to omega. Now you can tell what will happen to the current. Okay, what will happen to the current with respect to frequency. Okay, see, when exactly here, when you are at resonant frequency, when my frequency is equal to resonant frequency, what will happen to the current nature? Okay, the current will be maximum here, because here the impedance is minimum, and then current will be maximum. So here maximum current will be there, but here I am getting maximum impedance, so I will get minimum current. Here also maximum impedance, so I will get minimum current. So the current waveform goes something like this. Okay, current waveform goes like something like this. Okay, now at exactly at resonant frequency, your current value is I, so this we'll call it as I max. And you know one thing, whenever I max is there, you can calculate the 3 dB frequency. Okay, 3 dB means 0.707 times of this I max. Okay, that will become somewhere here. Okay, so, and again you can mark that here. Okay, this is lower cutoff frequency, this is upper cutoff frequency. This is like a 3 dB direct 3 dB reduction. Okay, in dB 3 dB reduction, in number this is 0.707 times of maximum value, I max value. Okay, so because and again you can also tell in some other way. Okay, the same you can also tell something like this, because here the power would be maximum. When the current is maximum, the power is maximum. When the current goes to 0.707 times of I max, the power will go 0.5 times of P max, because power means what? Current square. Okay, so once if you square 0.707, then that will become 0.5. Okay, so these frequencies omega 1 and omega 2 is also called as off power frequencies. Okay, so omega naught anyway is the central frequency. Okay, resonant frequency. This omega 1 comma omega 2 called as a half power frequency. Okay, half power frequency. Half power frequency is a frequency at which the power becomes half, or the voltage or current becomes 0.707 times of I max. Okay, that you should know. Okay, so